You know what's crazy? I think at one point in time, throughout this whole process of me evolving, trying to get to where I want to be at, I became a little bit afraid of success. And I think I became a little bit afraid of success because I had a lot of battles within myself that I didn't know that I needed to fight. And I really did know that I needed to really fight those battles before I really can get out into the battlefield and really put on from me, myself, and my people, you know? So that was important to me this 2022, you know? That was really something that was important to me, that I needed to really choose me, you know? I really needed to say, yo, real life, choose you. You really got to figure out if you want to be selfish or if you want to be a servant. You have to, because that is, if you go and look up the definition of what Abdul is, you go and see actually that it's God's servant. And I'm not really biblical or anything like that, but I do know how beautiful my name is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really had to really decide if I wanted to be selfish or if I really wanted to have, like, go through the process of wanting to be God's servant and really share my gift with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have gifts, and you know, it's up to us if we want to share that gift with other people and how we're going to share that gift with other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that I had to real life come into terms with and do a whole lot of inner battling before I could really come out here and say that I am him and I am here to change the game. That's just something that I had to realize this 2022, and it's been wonderful, man. You know, I had a lot of ups, I had a lot of downs. I'm just ready to be him, and I'm ready to claim what's really mine. You know what I'm saying? Not even what's mine, but I'm really ready to be him. And this 2023, I'm gonna prove that. Like, that's just off top. So I say all that to say that these are some of the goals that I have for 2022. Number one, by June latest, that I am able to be making at least $8,000 per month. I want to be able to make that minimum per month by June. You know, that is one of my main goals, like real life. And it's very much attainable. You know what I'm saying? $8,000 per month is very much attainable. I believe that. So that's just by June. I want to make that. I have people I gotta pay money and all that stuff too. I got debt that I gotta handle, all that stuff. I got family to take care of, all that stuff, you know. So that's one of my main goals for sure. You know, it might not be a lot to somebody, but that's gonna be efficient for me because I know that I could turn that into a whole lot of something else. Number two, I really want to bring awareness to both of my trading companies, Next Wave and DeFi Domination. You know, I definitely want to bring mass awareness to them. So, I mean, one of the most efficient ways that I can do that is by bringing awareness to my own personal brand, because then I could be able to show people those two other brands that I have. So I want to at least 5 times the number of followings that I have on my social media cumulatively, right? So I have like about 1,300 followers on Instagram, and I have probably like 1,700 Facebook friends or something like that, cumulatively, right? I want to be able to 5x that so that I could then be able to bring awareness to the brand that I have, you know? That's my second goal. Third goal that I have is that and this goes back to my first goal, really, is just that I want my wife to be able to do whatever the hell she wants to do, because, you know, we got plans and stuff like that, and that's just one of my personal goals. I want my wife to be able to do what the hell she wants to do. I want my daughter to be able to do what the hell she wants to do, right? And that just goes back to how much my $8,000 minimum. That's a minimum, right? That's just bare minimum that I want to make by that 6 months. But I 100%, no doubt in my mind, believe that if I can do that, then I'll be able to fulfill that goal of having them do whatever they want, because they won't have to stress about a goddamn thing except for being the best possible beings that they can be, and that they want to be for themselves, you know. Another one of my goals, and this is just a fitness goal, and I feel like it's not even a goal because I'm already on that type of time, is just stay consistently going to the gym. I do have a weight goal that I want to reach, and I still haven't reached it yet, but I'm closer to that. I'm closer to that point than I was last year for sure. And you know, so like one of my weight goals, I guess, is to just make sure to hit your desired weight this year, you know, which is 225 pounds. That's what I really want. That's how much pounds I really want to get to. And it's been a journey, because I mean, last time that I checked, I was at like 245 or 244 or something like that. And I'm happy about that, because I've lost a lot of stubborn weight that I genuinely had, but that's not the end goal that I want, you know. So gonna get to that point, but that's just, I'm not really worried about the number. I'm more worried about making sure that I could just be at my highest level. You know, I'm not worried about the number on the scale that much. Like, honestly, I know that as long as I'm doing what I'm doing, then that number is gonna get met easy. You know, so that's another one of my goals. Another goal that I definitely have is to fly me and my family out to Sierra Leone to go and see my mom, because it's been long. It's been far too long. You know, I haven't seen my mom in 10 years, and you know, I always put that blame on me, and as I should, because if I really wanted to see her, I would have got my money up, right? But that's just how it's got to be. And I have a whole lot of other stuff that I have to do before I can even get out there. Cause I always tell my mom, I'm like, yo, I can't justify me going out to see you until I make sure that your house and your school is built completely. You know, I can't justify me doing that, because if I'm going out there, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna spend a pretty penny. And I have, even before I do that, I have other debt that I gotta pay for. You know what I'm saying? Before I can even start to do that. So I have goals out here that definitely is a lot of money that's gonna be made and stuff like that, but it's definitely doable. Like, the numbers that I've crunched, the numbers that I'm doing and I'm going to continue doing each and every month, it makes sense that I'm going to be able to do this, you know. And again, that $8,000 per month minimum, that's how I know it's going to be possible, you know. That's how I know that, oh, if you do this, then you can go and do this, then you can go and do that type of plays, you know. And I'm not gonna be out here exposing my plays, you know. I'm not gonna expose my plays, because if there's one thing that I learned from Africa, is never tell somebody what you're about to do, just do it and then tell them after. You know what I'm saying? And that's some real stuff, though. Like, that's some, like, as much as I would love to give out the plays, and I'll give it out to probably my students, you know. I'll probably give it out to my students, but I'm not giving it out to everybody, you know. I'm just trying to give y'all like a guideline of my goals that I have, you know what I'm saying? Like, a guideline that I'm basing everything that I'm doing, whether that's trading, whether that's social media, or anything like that, or what anything, you know. I'm just telling you those are my guidelines that I'm meeting up with. The different plays that I'm gonna make, they're gonna be made. You know what I'm saying? Also gonna look into getting into real estate for sure this year. Like for sure. I'm trying to look to house hack, you know. I'm looking to house hack a building by the end of 2022. 2023. By the end of 2023, I'm looking to house hack a building, whether if that's a triplex or a fourplex, we'll see. Maybe if it's a duplex, we'll see. But again, that's at the end of 2023. I have a whole bunch of other goals. I want to make sure that all the debt that I need to pay, because I do have debt. I'm not going to act like I don't, right? I'm going to make sure that all that is paid before I can even think about doing any of this stuff. Just being blatantly real, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a man of my word, and my word goes on top of everything, you know what I'm saying? The timeline doesn't matter to me, but my word is my word, and I need to make sure that I just got to wrong these rights. Just plain and simple. Those who know, they know. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but those who know, they know. But yeah, that's definitely something that I'm aiming for end of 2023. If I can secure it, maybe even possibly sooner, because I'm going ham. I've been working towards this since June. I've always believed that, you know, there's a God in all of us. You know, there's a God in all of us, and we just have to find that God, you know? We just have to find that God within us, and then once we find that we can be just on a whole nother level, a whole nother lane that you're in and stuff like that. And that's what I'm referring to when I say that I feel like I'm God. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that I'm better than anybody. I really don't. I just know that I'm him. And I'm confident in myself for sure. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing gonna deter me. There's nothing that can deter me, because the things that would have deterred me, I've already overcame those things. Now there's gonna be a whole bunch of other things that I'm obviously not gonna be aware of. You know what I'm saying? That's just off top, but it doesn't matter, because the things, like I said, the things that I genuinely feel would have knocked me down and left me down on the ground, I think that those things, I've already surpassed them, the feelings and all that stuff. And this person behind me is a dumbass. But I genuinely feel like that I've been able to fight through all of that and come out on top, you know? So with me feeling that way, there's nothing that can stop me. Like, I'm on fire, man. Just like freaking Nas said, man, don't be scared now, because I'm on fire. I'm giving them hell now. So that's just some of my goals. And, you know, this is just going to be something I'm getting back into it, you know. I'm bringing back the podcast. But I need to be able to build it in a way that it makes sense to me, because I feel like when I was doing the podcast before, I was doing it a little blindly. Like, yeah, I was able to bring a little bit of recognition. I was able to really understand a whole lot about everything, really. But again, I want to be able to do this and not do it blindly. You know what I'm saying? I want to have purpose in the podcast, and not to say that I didn't have a purpose in the first place of it, but trading overcame that purpose that I had for the podcast, versus now I have, like, okay, now I could do the trading, now I could do the podcast, now I could do this, now I could do this in a systematic way that's not going to drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because attention is definitely a very valuable resource, a very valuable asset, and too much of it or lack of it, or I don't know, it's just something about attention that I don't really care for. you know. But at the same time, I know that in order for me to do what I feel like God has put me in this earth for, I need to be able to garner attention. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I would rather just be like, nah, I'm chilling. I just want to make my money and do my thing and live my life. As much as I would have probably rather have done that, because that was something that I really had to face over and over again in this hiatus that I took. That's not what's gonna be able to make me do what I want to do. I already know. So it's just one of those things I had to really fight myself with that shit. But I'm out. Deuces, y'all.